You are new here. My name is Penny. I am a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon. Today, I just want to do a quick overview of the 3 types of needling that I think can be in everybody's repertoire when it comes to healthy skin. The goal of microneedling, whether it is nano, cosmetic, or medical needling, is just simply healthy skin. We are going for, more plumpness, more hydration, better bounce, more, collagen and elastin fibers, just healthy skin. That is the goal with needling. I do think that there are a lot of terms that are thrown around and it's very confusing. So today I just want to take a quick few minutes, go over what each type is. I'm going to try and put some graphics up with some basic information about how often you can do these, how, the kind of products that you can use with each type of needling, and also some good practices. So we're going to go over today nano needling, cosmetic needling, and medical needling. Let's get started with nano. First of all, I brought home my Nano pen from work. This is my regenerate pen. I have these all laid out and set up. So here I have it already set up. I want to show you what a nano cartridge is. Now at home, typically I do use my A6 with a cartridge that looks just like this. And a nano cartridge, what's really important to know about that is that there are no needles. On that little square, there are a bunch of little tiny cones that are a fraction of a hair. That's the size of them. They are just smaller than the eye can actually see. In fact, when we look at this, we just see a flat square. It's not. It's covered in these little tiny, very, very tiny, smaller than a hair cones. Okay, when this is turned on, you can hear it buzzing. That's what you will hear when it's going over your face. You will put down usually a hyaluronic acid, a vitamin C, some growth factors, tranexamic acid, kojic acid, azelaic acid, any of those kind of things you will put down on your skin, and then you will work them in with your nano pen. The idea with nano is that we are working on the stratum corneum, which is the outermost layer of our skin, the outermost layer of our epidermis on our face. That's as far as nano goes. It isn't penetrating any deeper, and there's no actual channels. These little cones that are on here, by virtue of vibration and their shape, they're kind of separating out the cells of that stratum corneum so that the things that we've put down, whatever serum that we have chosen, is able to kind of slide in between the cells. It's a fantastic way to treat that outermost layer of our skin. I really have come to believe that there's a trifecta when it comes to needling. We don't need to only focus on collagen induction. We also don't need to only focus on product penetration, and we definitely don't only want to focus on this outer layer. All 3 will make us have the most healthy skin. So that is what nano is. Also, the thing to note is that this is the preferred device, not the regenerate, but in general nano, when you are doing the pigment portion of a BB glow treatment. And you can kind of see why, because when you're putting that pigment down, I don't want it to go in further than that very most outer layer. I just want that pigment to kind of get in and work in that dead outer layer that will eventually just be exfoliated off, because then I'm limiting my exposure to anything bad, and it's very, very surface. So that is what I use with the pigment portion of the BB Glow. So that is nano. Okay, moving on to cosmetic needling. We're just gonna move by depth. Cosmetic needling is defined as needles going in 0.3 millimeters or more shallow. Think about 0.3 millimeters and just how little that is. That is definitely just for product penetration, and it only is affecting our epidermis. But because there are actual needles, and I'm going to show you guys, this is on my X5, there are actual needles. These actually go in and make channels that go 1/3, 0.25, 0.20 of a millimeter into your skin. Now our epidermis is typically on our face about 0.5 millimeter. So you can see that if you stay with 0.3 or 0.25, then you are staying in the epidermis. You're not penetrating past the epidermis and going into the dermis. So you're not risking collagen induction or anything like that, or interrupting a collagen cycle, anything like that, which is why with a cosmetic needling, you can do it often. For me, I like to do it once a week. There are definitely people that will do it more often than that, but you really just have to watch your irritation. And I feel like a great schedule is once a week with your cosmetic needling and once a week with your nano needling, just spaced out a few days apart. That way you're effectively treating that stratum corneum, and then you're also treating your epidermis a little bit deeper with your cosmetic needling. Now, I do use my A6 all the time for both my nano and my cosmetic needling. So all I have to do is swap out the cartridges in that same Dr. Pen A6, and it becomes a nano pen, and then it becomes a cosmetic needling pen. And if I just dial the pen up a little bit more, it becomes a medical needling pen. So I definitely suggest that whatever pen you decide that you might want to use, definitely get one that has changeable cartridges so that you only have one pen that functions as 3 different types of needling. Now, the thing about the cosmetic needling, you guys, is that it is not inducing any collagen. It doesn't go deep enough to spur collagen to be produced, which means that you don't have to worry about that collagen cycle, like I said, and you can do it as often as you want. Again, I recommend once a week, and I will definitely put in the graphics some recommended products that you can use. You can use vitamin C, growth factors, you can use your hyaluronic acid. The whole idea is to hydrate your skin, to infuse it with good stuff, and just to work on that epidermis. Now, when we're talking about medical needling is anything 1/2 millimeter or deeper. So when you get to 1/2 millimeter, you are effectively getting into the dermis. The dermis is where collagen fibers live, and that is where we want to induce collagen. So when you're talking about medical needling, you're talking about a depth. You're talking about 1/2 millimeter or deeper. And the reason why this is super important is at that point, when you use certain products, you can cause granulomas. There's several things that can happen that are negative. So you have to really restrain yourself and be super careful with the things that you use with medical needling, which, as you guys all know, I highly recommend high molecular weight hyaluronic acid for its anti-inflammatory properties, and it's just innocuous. You're less likely to cause yourself any harm, and you're more likely to do yourself some good. Now, the actual action of medical microneedling causes your body to produce growth factors, and it causes your body to induce collagen. So when you medical needle, you want to space it out by at least 4 weeks. The reason for that is that there is a collagen cycle. And that collagen cycle typically peaks at about 2 weeks. And anything that interrupts that collagen cycle, even after it peaks and is coming back down, it can just nullify what you've done. It can stop it in its tracks. So once you have done a medical needling, let it do its thing, and don't medical needle until at least 4 weeks later, which is when you induce more collagen and you build on the collagen that you did last month. So medical needling is 0.5 or deeper. So as you can see, the different types of needling are all about depths. Either we're staying on the very surface, we're going in just a little bit further, or we're going in deep. That is how the different types of needling are kind of split up. And in those different places on our skin, different processes are happening, and we are trying to, achieve different goals, whether it's hydration, infusion, or collagen induction. So those 3 types of needling are all super beneficial. I believe that all of them can contribute to really good, healthy skin. And I definitely think that all of us can benefit from microneedling. It's one of those services or treatments that you can do on yourself that is relatively non-invasive, produces natural results. Now, I do want to say that you can definitely dermaroll versus use a pen. And in this book, which I know I talk about all the time, but in dermal needling, a funny thing that Dr. Lance Setterfield, who I consider to be the guru of microneedling, something that he says in here is a derma roller, a stamp, a pen, just make the holes. Just do it. Just put down the channels. They all work. If you have a quality derma roller and you are happy with it, that is good. That is microneedling, depending on the depth. If you have a derma roller that's 0.20, like the Glow Pro, that is just cosmetic needling. If you have a derma roller that is 0.50, 0.75, 1, that is a medical derma roller. It's going to needle into a medical needling depth. Definitely when it comes to cosmetic needling and medical microneedling, derma rollers are great, you guys. Stamps are great. So there's lots of different ways to achieve the channels. I prefer the pens. I like them. I've been trained on them, that kind of thing. But none of them are better than others. They just really aren't. They all are after the same thing. That's collagen, that's infusion, that's hydration, that's healthy skin. So definitely don't think that you have to have a pen in order to perform this on yourself. I hope that this was helpful, you guys, and I will definitely be doing, of course, more microneedling videos, but I thought that it was a good idea just to put an overview out with some good parameters, some good information, and some best practices so that people have a reference video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.